Swear to God, if David gave me anything. Hi y'all, and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to what has become one of the most fulfilling things on my channel, and that is using things up. Y'all will know with me going into my low buy and doing my shop, my stash and makeup rotation, I have gained so much satisfaction out of using products up, especially skincare, because you know your girl ain't using up any kind of highlighter. Although maybe 2021 we'll try to go into some project panning. That may be in the future of my channel. But for now, I've been mainly focusing on using up that skincare and like foundations and like, you know, those I feel easily used up products. And with like my skincare and like foundation and primers, I'm not opening nothing new until I completely use up something else. So I'm trying to be very responsible in that respect as well. So today we're going to be talking about Empties. Would I repurchase? Do I love it? All that sort of things. I believe I've done this once before on my channel, and that was a while ago because I like to accumulate a fair amount of stuff and not just have 5 things and be like, look, I use these up. So we've got a fair amount of shiz to get through all up in here. So let's just get into it if I can find and remember the first time I did this. I will leave that down below, but let's just get into some sweet, sweet satisfaction of using this stuff up. Got my beautiful bin right here. This is gonna be great because I keep my empties in a drawer and then I hold on to it because I'm gonna film a video about it, and it's like only as a beauty guru YouTuber do you gotta hold on to your trash and wait until you film about it, and then you're like, finally it can go to the dump. But we might as well get sort of an obvious one out of the way. I am still on the hunt for a good cruelty-free makeup remover wipe. I need to get one because I am very close to running out of these. I got some for Christmas, birthday, you know, that sort of thing. So I'm just trying to use them up before I, you know, start adventuring into something else. But these are the ever so popular Neutrogena Makeup Remover Cleansing Towelettes. This has been my end-all, be-all, holy grail makeup remover towelette for a while. A couple of y'all have suggested that I start using like a cleansing balm or a face oil or something to take my makeup off, because these are no bueno for the environment. So if you have one that you would recommend, definitely let me know down below. I'm very unknowledgeable in that category of like makeup removing. I tried one from Urban Decay. I had that one from Good Molecules. I just haven't found something that I'm like, yes, this works for me. I love what it does. Then another sort of just out of the way, I'm trying to find also, well, I'll purchase it after I use, because I still got one more can of this that I'm going through. Like I said, I don't want to be buying nothing or opening nothing up until I've used what I got. So these are 2 of the Batiste just dry shampoos. This one is in cherry. This one is in tropical. Absolutely phenomenal. I use this on my normal hair. I use it on my wigs. I think I said that before. One of the ways that I help keep my wigs from looking super synthetic and shiny is I'll use like a dry shampoo, hairspray sort of mix. A couple of y'all recommended some things and I looked for them on Sephora, and I love you guys, but a couple of y'all recommended like a dry shampoo that was like $23. I mean, I understand someone that's got a crap ton of natural hair wanting to use that kind of thing, but can we keep it like $10 and under? Because I ain't out here splashing a lot on the dry shampoo if I'm just occasionally using it on my mop up top and for my wigs. But if you don't have to worry about being cruelty free, these are, it's great. There's a reason it's, what is it? Does it say it's the #1? I don't know. It's a really popular product. And then a product that makes me sad that I can't repurchase because it's not cruelty free. This is also from Batiste. This is the volumizing dry shampoo. This is basically hairspray kind of with dry shampoo in it. This is what I prefer over just the regular dry shampoo. So if y'all have any like dupes or whatever of this I'd be willing to pay $23 for. Because not only does it get like the grease and the ganky and the nastiness, it also gives it that volume. It just adds so much more to my hair. And when I do mess around with my undercut, I like kind of like poofing it up a little bit and then sweeping it back into like a high ponytail. So this shiz worked absolutely perfect for that. It's got collagen in it. That's fancy. This is pretty more expensive. This is more expensive. I think it's around like $8. I think it's like $10 at Target. But I absolutely love this. If y'all have any recommendations, this I'd be willing to splurge on because I love it so much. Okay, so the majority of this stuff is like skincare and that sort of thing, just because I feel like that's something that, you know, like I'm using makeup almost every day, but skincare I definitely use every day. But before we get into that, let's get into some eyeliners here. The first one is the subscriber recommended Physicians Formula. Does that have shiz in it again? I hate it when a liner dries out and then you go to check it out and it's like, nope, still got plenty of ink. But this is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster. Was not a fan of it. I didn't find that it was very opaque. I didn't find that it just wasn't it for me. Y'all know that I have been looking for the Kat Von D dupe, which funnily enough, I opened one of the Kat Von D ones and it wasn't as amazing as I remembered it. And I wondered if that's one of their products that suffered from the repackaging, reformulation issue. Then two liners this is the Kat Von D Trooper liner, or the tattoo liner in Trooper. I love this shiz. I'm almost done with another one. This is probably one of the products that I have consistently gone through the most of, because for the longest time I wasn't be like, I ain't gonna spend no $20 on an eyeliner, and then I did, and I haven't looked back ever since. Although I don't, now that she's not with the company anymore, okay, I don't need a whatever, because I think I was trying to not buy Kat Von D products at the time, but now that she's not even a part of the company anymore, we're good. Yes. And this one, this Milani one, this was awful. Awful. This tip is one of the stiffest, nastiest tips I have ever used in my life. It had no pigment, it was just, of course there's pigment on my thumb, thank you. It just was not good. Very dry, dragged on my eyelid, was not cute at all. Then I used up a Ciate London Wonder Wand mascara. This is probably got it, I don't know, in a something from Sephora. It's okay. It's not my favorite. I don't have a huge amount of opinion on mascara. Y'all know my end all be all is the Urban Decay Perversion. And this, you know, it was a mascara, and that's about all I have to say. Okay, let's get into the bulk of the goodies. I just using up a skincare product, especially that you love, because you use it up and then that means you can justify going out and buying it again. One of the best feelings ever. This first one being the Ole Henriksen Truth, the Clean Truth Foaming Cleanser. Y'all know I really like this shiz. I feel that it works the best for my skin in the summertime. So coming up, I am gonna start using this. I am currently going through the Tarte Knockout Foamer Cleanser, which is really, really good. But I find that my skin just really responds really well to this whole line in the summertime. So I do have two of these smaller ones on backup that I'm gonna break out and start using when I run out of the Tarte one, which I also recommend. I just think this is a really great brightening, non-stripping, really clean feeling cleanser. I don't even know why I picked it up, probably just on a whim, but I've really, really liked how my skin is with this one. And I also really like the vitamin C moisturizer, as well as the under eye cream. Then another cleanser that I know I got this through Octoly. This is not something that I would repurchase. It was good, but I noticed sort of at the end of it there, it just wasn't doing as much for my skin as it did when I started using it. This is the Amore Pacific Treatment Cleansing Foam. This was the gift that kept on giving. I was like, come on, I need to be done with you so I can use something else because I'm tired of you. There's a lot of product in here. This lasted me a good like 7, 8 months. This was not running out, and it's okay. It has a little bit of a floral scent to it, which I find that most more Pacific products do too. Their enzyme, whatever does, their moisturizers do, but it's okay. It's not something that I would say run out and buy. It did the trick because I had it and I wanted to use it up, but it isn't something that I'd run out and be like, yeah, this is not on my radar as a cleanser to repurchase. There are other ones that I already have or that I would repurchase over this. Okay, then on to exfoliation, I guess. This is the second of this that I've used up. Pretty sure that I used up the other one in my other Empties. This is the Pure Joystick Exfoliating Deep Pore Cleanser. The first one I used up I got from Octoly. This one I loved so much that I ended up, buying it again. This is in my video talking about products that I received from Octoly or in PR that I would purchase myself, which I have, and I have a backup of this one for when I run out of the other exfoliator I'm using. I could probably not purchase skincare for the next 2 years and be fine. But no, this is a really nice product. You just open, it gets real ganky and nasty all up in there, but you just do a little rub, and just a gently little whatever. I don't consider it, I've said this probably every time I've talked about it, I don't consider it a deep one. This isn't one that I use all the time, but if I use it like 2 days in a row, my skin isn't irritated, my skin doesn't feel stripped, it doesn't feel overly exfoliated, which I know a couple of y'all are horrified at how much I exfoliate, but it seems to be working for my skin. My face hasn't fallen off yet. If my face could withstand me using that body sugar scrub on my face every night, I think I'm okay. But this is a product that I do really, really like. Then more. One of my end-all, be-all favorite holy grails. Use this to the last drop. The IOPE Pro Peeling Soft Gel. I have a backup. This is one of the best beautiful exfoliating products. You put it on and it does that thing where the product rolls up into little whateverness. I get all kinds of satisfaction out of that. So there is that going for it. But after using this, my skin just feels so smooth. It is beyond baby butt smooth. It is like take baby butt smooth and magnify it like 10 times. That is how my skin feels after I use this shiz. And I use this in conjunction, like I would go back and forth between this one and the Dr. Brandt Microdermabrasion, which I know one of y'all told me that I shouldn't do that. You shouldn't exchange or use to exfoliate. I wasn't using them at the same time. It was for a week, every 3 days I'd use this and then another 3 days. And then, the next week I'd be like, oh, well, I don't know. They both work for me, but this lasted at least 6 months of using it almost pretty consistently every 2 to 3 days. Definitely something I recommend. I love this brand. You all know I do. This is probably my favorite skincare brand ever. There isn't really anything I've tried from them that I've been like, I don't like it. I may not be as obsessed with it as that, but there hasn't been anything where I'm like, yeah, this sucks. Then on the exfoliating front, this, oh my goodness, I use this just squeezing every last little bit out of it. The Dr. Brandt Microdermabrasion. I still blame one of y'all for getting me into this because one of y'all sent me a sample FabFit Fun Box and this was in it and I was like, there ain't no way I'm ever gonna like that. It's expensive. I love this. I pick it up typically during the Sephora 20% off sale because that's, a little bit better. This is like a $68 product, but it does last me a good time. This was also something that lasted probably 8 months because you're not using it every day, so you can kind of stagger that price point. I try to look into it well, how often am I going to be repurchasing? If it's something that I'm going to be repurchasing every 6 to 8 months, you can justify having a little bit of a higher price tag, and I do Absolutely love this. Okay, then let's get into some moisturizers. This is also something that I really, really loved. This is the Me Back Cica Cream Age Repair Moisturizer. I think if you have sensitive skin and you've got like redness or like any kind of like texture, this is a beautiful moisturizer. This is the moisturizer that I was supposed to do a collaboration with the serum, which I think I decluttered to a family member, maybe my mom. But I wasn't a fan of the serum, and I told them that, and they were like, well, why don't you just not talk about it? And I'm like, well, that's kind of not how this goes. And then they were like, well, let's just not do this. But they did send me another one that I have in my beautiful backup drawer. This is a nice, affordable moisturizer that I think is just really good. It's one of those products that as I just continued to use it, it just kept like doing more for my complexion. I noticed less redness, less inflammation, you know, a more even, beautiful skin tone. Definitely something that I was just very, very pleased with. And this is definitely a moisturizer that I would repurchase, but I have it on backup, so I'm good. Then a moisturizer that sort of hurts, like it does. I talked about this in PR that I would repurchase. This is a product from Amore Pacific again, and one of y'all said, no wonder I like this stuff, because apparently they're like the same company as IOPE. They're both Korean skincare brands, and so I need IOPE to come to Sephora. If Amore Pacific could be sold in Sephora, where's my IOPE? But this is the Moisture Bound Rejuvenating Cream. This is, I think at least $100. And I was kind of waffling back and forth, kind of like, is this worth it? Is this good? You know, what is it? And then it happened after, because I used it up, used every last little bit of that shiz up. And it lasted a long time too. And after I discontinued the use, I noticed a trend in my complexion. And that trend was, you remember all that redness that you know, had gotten rid of? Well, it's back. You remember the beautiful even texture that you had, you know, right here? Well, you're gonna get texture on it again. You know, this, you know, cute little dry patch that you had essentially cured or at least gotten under control? Well, it's gonna come back. And just after discontinuing use of this, I noticed all these little problems and issues that I had that weren't there start to pop up again. And this was the only thing that I had changed in my routine. So at some point, I think I will repurchase this. That's not going to be for a long while. Definitely not in 2020. And it's going to be after I use up the moisturizers in my whatevers, because I've got the Milk Makeup Vegan Milk one, I've got the Seaback one, I've got something from Marc Jacobs. So I'm interested in repurchasing this again, but not before I use up all the crap that I have. But that was just, it was sad because my face was great, and then I stopped using it, and I was like, okay, maybe I trash talked it a little too hard. Another Octoly goodie that is definitely something that I would repurchase. This is also on Sephora. This is the Mamonde Floral Hydro Cream. Really, really like this. Sort of in the same vein as the Seaback one. These are like, they're not thick moisturizers. They're more like kind of like a soft gel kind of texture. They're not thick and what you traditionally think of when you think of a cream. Like, for example, compared to, they're not like the they're not like the Tatcha the Dewy Skin Cream, they're like the Tatcha the Water Cream. And I'm using that up, and spoiler alert, I would actually recommend this over the Tatcha Water Cream. I think that this works better. It is a lot less expensive. I feel like you get, I don't know, you probably get like the same amount of product but for a lot less money. This worked really, really well. My skin responded perfectly to it, and if I'm running out of the water cream and if I need whatever, I would purchase this one over the water cream, which will be in the next Empties video because it's close. to being done. Okay, then something that is from a more Pacific that I don't think is worth it. This is the Moisture Bound Rejuvenating Eye Treatment Gel. This is a $90 eye cream. I don't think this is a $90 eye cream. I mean, I haven't tried other eye creams. Like, it hydrated okay, but I didn't find that it did anything for anti-aging or for dark circles or for just my overall under eye health other than being hydrated. Which it was great for hydration, but I ain't paying $90 for a little bit of hydration and nothing else. I mean, I guess it says the main thing is provides intense hydration to the delicate area surrounding the eye and helps to fortify the skin against the visible signs of premature aging. Hydration, I noticed. Whatever visible signs of aging, not so much. Okay, a product that I really liked. I don't know if I would repurchase it. This is the IOPE Enlivening Contour Serum going on here. This is after what I would do is I'd wash my face, then I'd exfoliate, and then I'd do the serum here and then the serum all over my face, and then this I would pat just kind of in this area right here and then up along under this chin line. And this was really, really nice. I did notice that this made my face pretty bright. It made it healthy looking. You know, it was just very rejuvenating and really had, I don't want to say lifting, but it definitely plumped the area here and helped it keep it from looking like tired and just blah. You know, it was very much, you know, like it says, enlivening. It was just very on this area here. Next up are two serums that I would definitely repurchase. They are beautiful and affordable. The ColourPop 4th Ray Beauty Rainfall 2% Hyaluronic Acid Serum. This thing is like 12 bucks. Absolutely loved it. I also love the fact that it comes in a plastic bottle instead of a glass one, because that's easier for traveling and all that. But if you want something that's really gonna hydrate and plump and smooth and just moisturize the shiz out of your skin, this is gonna be the one you're gonna get. I need to go through and take stock of my serums because I really love this one. Then I had the Super Peptide Serum from Good Molecules. They were kind enough to send this to me along with some other things. This is really good. This is a serum that I take kind of more intense anti-aging serums and I put them around this area, and then I'll do just kind of an overall hydrating one. Like, for example, I would use this one in this area and then this one all over the rest of my face. And it worked really, really well. It absorbed nicely. It was very plumping. It helped keep with the signs of aging and everything like that. I thought this was a really, really good product. We got to talk about my baby. We have made it through another Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. Y'all know this is my shiz. This is my favorite primer that ever existed. It is the Bomb Diggity. I should probably do a primer declutter because 9.9 times out of 10, I am using this one. It is just the one that I reach for. It works beautifully with all of my favorite foundations. I just love this thing so much. And this is one of the products. I get a sense of pride when there's like a product that I love so much and I use up multiples of it because I'm just like, oh, I love it so much. I keep using it up. Absolutely love this. And then another favorite, this one right here, it finally gave up the ghost. This was another gift that kept on giving. I was like, all right, come on, can you not? I need to use something else up. The Morphe Jeffree Star Set and Refresh Mist Starberry Scent. This is the one, the only Morphe product that I will ever continue to repurchase. My favorite setting spray of all time. It makes you look dewy. It makes you look healthy. It makes your skin look like it was kissed by the complexion gods. I have two on backup, and I am desperately trying to use up my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dewy set, which I'm not as much of a fan of as I thought I was. Desperately trying to use that up so that I can open another one of these ones because I love it in my face. My complexion just looks so good. It just sets your makeup into this naturally skin-like radiant finish. This is what I used when I wore my makeup for my brother's wedding. It looked amazing. Absolutely love this. We have anything else? All right, I think that is it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this. Doing empties and using up products is like my new favorite thing. Like, the satisfaction I get out of using up a product way oversees the satisfaction of purchasing a new product, because it just shows the dedication and the willpower, especially when it's something you love, because you're like, oh, ooh, you did me right. I'd love to hear what y'all have to say about these products, as well as something that you have used up or you're trying to use up, whether you love it, you hate it. Let's talk about all things makeup and skincare, which is what this mostly was. There will probably be another Empties probably around. I find that I do them about every 6 months because I like to accumulate a fair amount of shiz. So if you like that, definitely subscribe and stay around for 6 months for when I do this again. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah!